Hello, wonderful, amazing people. Andy here. I coach men and women on living lives of abundance and joy. If they can do it, you sure as hell can too. Got to talk a little bit quiet this morning, so you're going to get quiet ASMR, Andy, because Emmy is still asleep. And you know what they say. If you want a happy life, don't wake people up at 4:30 in the morning. I believe it was Socrates who said that. So let's talk a little bit about one of the guys in my coaching group, a guy called Mark, and he didn't want to come on and do an interview, and not everyone obviously wants to put their face on the internet, but he's completely happy with me saying his name and reading out his final post. In fact, he insisted upon it because he made a lot of changes in his time in the coaching group. He was in there for about 16 weeks and absolutely crushed his goals and did a whole lot. So he came to us with a lot of doubts and fears and insecurities around dating. And he was very hard on himself, and he would get very frustrated by the dating process, and he felt like he was making no progress. He was going on a bunch of dates and not really having the success that he wanted, and we helped him with all of that. So he says, farewell post. First off, a big thank you to everyone in this group. Andy, your coaching has been life-changing. I feel like I'm going to look back on this coaching program as one of the biggest and most positive inflection points in my life, which is beautiful. That's basically what we're aiming for with every single person that comes to the coaching group. Can they look back on this moment as like the moment that they joined the coaching as the beginning of the next chapter of their life? And can we set them up with the tools and all of that so that they can go on to live a happy, beautiful, wonderful life? And obviously they get to stay in, we have like a Discord group as part, like a members only Discord group as part of the coaching program. So they get to stay in that for life. So you don't just come to the coaching for like 3 months and then, holy shit, now I got to do it by myself. No, like you still get to talk to the coaches. You still get to talk to all the other people who've ever been in the coaching program over the last couple of years. And so, yeah, but it does feel like it's the beginning of the next chapter. So he goes on to say, blank, as in the name of someone else that was his accountability partner. Blank, thank you for being a great accountability partner. And one thing that we do in the coaching program that, either come to the coaching program and you get this, or if you're not interested in the coaching, do this in your own life, is set yourself up with an accountability partner. Everyone that comes to the group, we literally at the start say, okay, we're going to pair you up with somebody. And once a week, you guys will jump on a Zoom call with each other, or you can message each other every day, whatever you want to do. And here's all the ways that you can keep each other accountable. We have like a whole bunch of videos as part of the coaching program when we say, here's how to get the most out of an accountability partner. But really, for any of you listening, if you want to do the same thing in your own life, what you're basically doing is meet up with someone once a week or every day. Once a week might be better. And you basically say, did you do the things that you said you were going to do this week? If not, that's okay. What do we need to change so that you can be more successful next week? And then what are we both grateful for this week? Like let's celebrate our wins. Let's talk about what we're grateful for. And then what do we want to do next week? Like how can we make next week even better? So you're basically saying, how can we celebrate the week that we just had? How can we talk about what we can do better? And then how can we focus on next week? And this is something that I, in my own life, have done with Emmy, my girlfriend, literally every week for the last 4 years. And it's been incredibly helpful at helping me build my own awesome life, her build her awesome life, and then us build a beautiful relationship together. So that's just something I've done in my own life. And then I was like, holy shit, this should be part of the coaching. Like, let's make this mandatory as part of the coaching. And we'll set people up with an accountability partner on top of having all the coaches and the coaching and blah, 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 all of that. But I've just found the power of having one person in your corner that really, really, really deeply cares about you is so unbelievably, I can't overstate it enough. So any of you that are not interested in the coaching whatsoever, do something like this in your own life. Find a partner. You can even just leave a comment down below if you want to on this video and say, hey, is there anyone out there who wants to be my accountability partner? They don't have to be working on the same goals as you. They just have to be into self-improvement. They don't have to be in the same country as you or the same gender as you or the same time zone as you. It doesn't matter. In our coaching program, we've set men up with women. We've set guys up that are interested in business. We've set them up with people that just want to have sex and build that side of themselves out. So you don't have to be doing the same stuff, but you're just looking for like-minded people that want you to win and you want them to win. And so you keep each other accountable. So He says, blank, thank you for being a great accountability partner. Taylor, who's one of the coaches in the coaching program, thank you for the heartfelt voice notes that you sent when I needed reassurance and perspective. Yeah, that's one of the things I like about the coaching program is I obviously record voice messages for people all the time. Like someone will make a post and then I'll just go for a walk for an hour and I'll talk to them on my phone, record them a voice message for like an hour. Like that's how I do a lot of the coaching. And then we have obviously weekly group coaching calls. You have the accountability. We have a bunch of videos that you get as part of the coaching program. We got like a video library. You obviously get to stay in the Discord for life and all of that stuff. But I really like voice messages. And Taylor, one of the coaches, does really, really, really incredible voice messages for people as well. So when people come to the coaching program, they get a bit of Taylor, they get a bit of Andy, they obviously get a bit of Cam, a bit of Ed, and we all sort of join together, join forces, and coach the shit out of that person. But any of you listening, again, if you're not interested in the coaching program, you can do the same sort of stuff in your life for your accountability partner or for your friends. I record voice messages for my friends like every fucking week. Like instead of typing stuff out, I find it way easier to just grab my phone and just be like blah 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 and talk for like 5 minutes. You can get way more out. You can have much more of a heartfelt conversation. It doesn't feel so like clinical. When you're texting, it feels a bit robotic and like you can't get a sense of if the person's smiling or laughing or their tone of voice or any of that. A lot of the nuance of language and communication is lost when you're just typing. So I rely heavily on voice messages, like for everything, including dating, by the way. That's a cheat code as well. I give that to a lot of our clients. I'll give it to you. You can just record voice messages for people, especially on stuff like Hinge. We can literally record a voice message on the app. But if you're not on Hinge, you can just get off the app and then do it over text or Telegram or WhatsApp or whatever. But recording voice messages for people is such a fucking game changer. Like, again, you literally just grab your phone. You're like, hey, thanks for your number. I'm super keen to meet you. Yeah, like I said, you seem really pretty. I'm super excited to meet. Let's grab that drink sometime. Are you free on I could do Friday at 2 p.m., maybe a little later than that if you want to. Saturday, I'm free pretty much all day. Sunday, yeah, I can meet whenever you want. I've got a bit of shit to do in the morning, but I can meet in the afternoon. So yeah, anyway, let me know when you're free. Super excited to meet you, blah, blah, blah. See how that's way easier, way more chill, takes half as long as typing something out and thinking what you have to say and how do I phrase it the right way. It's you just grab your fucking phone and talk like you're talking to a human being. And a lot of times when you leave voice messages for people, they will leave you one back. And now you get to hear her voice or his voice. You get to hear them giggle and laugh and smile. And it's cute. It's nice. You get a bit of personality there. So I fucking love voice messages. And Taylor, back to the coaching, Taylor is really, really, really good at recording heartfelt voice messages. I do lots of voice messages too. Cam and Ed tend to just type things out. That's how they prefer to type. But Taylor and I, yeah, we're big fans of the voice messages. So he goes on to say, and to everyone else, thank you for your courage and openness. At least once on every coaching call, one of you asked a question that was directly relevant to what I was working on. So because of all of you, I ended up getting more coaching than if I'd worked with Andy one-on-one. Yeah, if any of you are interested in kind of following in my footsteps and maybe starting your own business, we've helped a lot of people start their own business. And just some of you listening, you're like, fuck it, man. Andy seems to have fun with this coaching shit. What if I myself started coaching people or helping them? If I can give you one bit of advice, and I've done entire videos on how to build a coaching business, how to build any kind of business. And if you go on my channel, click on the playlist button, go to the money/business/financial abundance playlist. And then this one is probably one of the ones you want, my ultimate guide to starting a business. And then this one here, how to grow your audience and build a community. And both of these two videos, even if you have no interest in building the type of business that I have, like a coaching, online content creation type business, you can use those two videos. Again, this one here and this one here to build literally any type of business. But yeah, back to what I was saying. If I can give you one piece of advice in starting a business similar to mine, if you want to be a coach, have some sort of group program. Do not just do one-on-one coaching. It is 10 times more effective to have people being able to talk to each other, see each other. You build a sense of camaraderie and community. And like this guy Mark is saying, a lot of times if you have a group coaching program, what will happen is you will be on a group coaching call or a Facebook group or something. Someone will ask a question, you'll answer it, and someone else will go, holy fuck, I was going to ask that question. Thank you. You saved me so much time. Or what often ends up happening is they go, holy shit, I didn't even think to ask that question. And that's really relevant to me. Damn, dude, like I might never have asked that question. And because this other guy or girl asked that question, you've saved me like years of fucking around and figuring this out on my own. Thank you. Like, damn, I wouldn't have even thought to ask that question. So I cannot overstate the value of having some sort of like group, like where people can help each other, keep each other accountable, motivate each other, be there for each other. Like Mark didn't say it here, but the benefit of having like either a group coaching program or just some sort of accountability. Again, for those of you who are not interested in the coaching, find some sort of group, like a forum or a community or just an accountability partner, like some other people or person that is doing similar stuff to you or working on some sort of goal, because you'll have days when you're feeling shit. And the ability to make a post or reach out to your accountability partner or like jump on a group coaching call or something and just say, guys and girls, I'm not feeling good, and have other people come around you and give you advice, tell you what to do, or suggest things for you, and just say, we care about you, we're here for you, we love you, I promise it's going to be okay. That cannot be overstated. That is so fucking important. And that is how I've done everything that I've done. Everything I've achieved has been with the help of other people. I think I make this pretty clear in my videos. I didn't just wake up and be a fucking like big alpha male fucking Chad who claims that he does everything by himself. And by the way, anyone that you see on the internet that claims they did everything by themselves is full of shit. Like they just are. Everything is done with the help of other people and the support of other people, the love of other people giving you stuff. You know, I've said this many times. Every single one of us is constantly supported by literally millions of people right now. And you might be like, what are you talking about, Andy? I have no friends. I have no one that cares about me. Bullshit. Who made this microphone that I'm speaking into? Not me. Lots of people. Who fills the grocery stores and the supermarkets full of food? Not you. Plenty of other people. Who works the farms to make the food? Who drives the trucks? Who keeps the electricity on? Who keeps the internet running for you? Who built the company that you might work for? All of that stuff. All of that is lots of other people, millions of people, billions of people supporting you. And so no one has ever done anything by themselves. And when we're talking about goals, and a lot of you have big, juicy, beautiful hopes and dreams and big goals that are somewhat scary to you, I would absolutely get either some sort of fucking accountability or an accountability partner or a group or a forum or a YouTube comment section. You're welcome to post down below or join my coaching program. Like figure out some way to get people in your corner that will push you, help you, lift you up when you're feeling down. Again, I can't tell you how many times I was having breakdowns, working through mental hurdles, really struggling, doubting myself, and other people picked me up and were there for me. I mean, for fuck's sakes, I was depressed and suicidal, and I went to prison when I was like 20. If I didn't have other people in my corner, I probably would have just ended my own life. I would have checked the fuck out. I wanted to, came very close many times. I needed other people. Other people are there for me, and other people can be there for you, but don't try and do this shit on your own. And again, if you're building your own coaching business, I would absolutely have some sort of group accountability, a Facebook group or a Discord or, you know, a weekly group coaching call or accountability partners. I wouldn't be working with people one-on-one. The only exception that I ever make to that, like me, Andy, is if one of you pays me for those $200 one-time coaching calls. And those are literally one time, partly for this reason. I don't want to do ongoing coaching with someone one-on-one, like a bunch of those $200 coaching calls, because I can't help you as much as if you're in some sort of group program. And if someone pays me for my one-on-one, like long-term coaching program, included in that is the group coaching program. Like, I'm not going to work with someone one-on-one and not have them also be in the group coaching program because, like I said, they will just get 10,000 times the results. And I used to only do one-on-one coaching. It was like playing on fucking nightmare mode. It was like way, way, way harder to get results for people. As soon as I changed it up to a group coaching program, holy fuck, people got like 10 times the results. And best of all, it was less work for me, because that's the other beautiful thing. People will answer each other's questions. Like someone will make a post and be like, I'm struggling with X, Y, and Z. And someone will be like, holy shit, dude, I struggled with that like 3 months ago. Here's how I solved it. And they're like, oh, thanks, man. And I'm like, cool. I didn't have to answer that. And then I will still jump in and answer and give more context and reassurance and motivation anyway. But I'm like, half of my work is already done. They already answered. And people will say stuff that I never would have thought of. Like, I'm a different human being to every other person, obviously. And so my answer might be a different answer to what one of the other coaches or clients will say. And so someone will get a bunch of different unique perspectives and different ways of saying something. So I cannot overstate the value of having a bunch of people that really, really, really care about you and accountability. All right, let's talk about Mark's big wins. So here are my biggest wins from my time in the program. I massively improved my mindsets around dating and finally have the tools to build on that progress. Hell fucking yeah. Yeah. I came to this program because I felt utterly lost in my dating life. Yeah, he did. After 2 years of working on it, including going through another coaching program I was disappointed by, and nothing against other coaching programs, but we hear that quite a bit. Like, I'm going to try and say this in a way that still stays humble. I think we have a pretty fucking good coaching program, and I've noticed a lot of other coaching programs are missing key elements that really, I think, are pretty fucking mandatory. And even if you're not interested in a coaching program, do this shit in your own life. They will miss things like having a group coaching program. They will miss things like having accountability partners. They will miss things like having some sort of ongoing support or some sort of plan for after the person leaves the coaching program. Like, a lot of coaching programs are just come to us for 10 weeks or 6 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever, or do this boot camp over the weekend. And then after you leave, good luck, bitch, you're on your own. I hope you fucking make it. And a lot of times people just don't. Like, it's so easy to make a ton of progress in a coaching program because you're surrounded by people that are motivated. You got the coaches, you've paid money, so you're invested. But then afterwards, you kind of fall off and you're like, holy shit, man, like I just went back to my same normal complacent life. I noticed this used to happen with me with my coaching in the first couple of years when I didn't have any sort of ongoing support afterwards. Like, before we had a members only group that you stay in for life, before we had a bunch of videos and a video library that, again, you get access to for the rest of your life. Like, before we had some sort of plan of action of like how to ensure that people would keep succeeding after they finished. Yeah, I had a fair amount of people that would go crush it in the coaching program. They'd leave and then they'd hit me back up a year later and be like, dude, I think I need more coaching. I've done nothing for a year. And I'm like, holy shit, that happened a few times. And I was like, nah, man, we got to do something. Like, I don't want people to come to me and just make progress while they're paying me. I want them to genuinely fucking change their life. And I want that change or those changes to be lifelong, like long lasting. I want it to actually be tangible progress that they don't just fall back on. A lot of programs don't necessarily think like that. And again, I'm not trying to shit on other coaching programs, but that was what my coaching program was like at the start. And I think a lot of people become coaches just to make money. And you can make a fair amount of money from being a coach. I think we all kind of know that. And a lot of people are just thinking, if I can just get people to pay me and then just like keep those gears turning, and I don't give a fuck if people fall off. I don't give a fuck if people want refunds. I don't give a fuck if they're unhappy afterwards or disappointed. Like, look, Mark here has literally said, I went through a coaching program and I was disappointed. Like me, Andy, I try my best to make sure no one is disappointed. Like, I do everything I possibly can to make sure that they are deeply fucking happy and that their life is changed on a deeply fundamental level. That's why you're paying me, any of you that are paying me, because you want to fucking change your life and you want that to last. You're not just paying me a bunch of money so I can get fucking rich, right? But a lot of people think in terms of coaching of like, I just want to get rich. And so when you do that, when you're not deeply changing people's lives in a long-lasting way, what you then have to rely on is a bunch of sales techniques. You have to use manipulation. You have to have a really fancy fucking sales shit. You have to make it all whiz bang. You have to use a lot of like, you have to have a sales team. You have to like get people on a call and like make them all emotional and use fucking manipulation and persuasion techniques. And we call it persuasion because that sounds sexier than telling what it actually is, which is manipulation. It's literally manipulating. And so we call it persuasion. And you have to rely on sales and marketing and all of that because you know that a lot of people that are going to come through your coaching program are going to be disappointed. And so you sort of accept that. I've heard a lot of other coaches, even some of the people that I've learned from, you know, my early mentors would talk about like, yeah, there is going to be a certain amount of refunds. There's going to be a certain amount of people that are disappointed. There's going to be a certain amount of people that are just not really happy. That's cool. You just use marketing and you keep people coming in and you don't worry about them. And I was like, But those are people that have come to me for help and they feel disappointed. I don't want that. Why would I want someone to come to me to change their life and then they don't? Like why would I want that? And I can't say I'm always perfect with that. There's something I'm still working on. But like, I will say the fucking vast majority of people that come to the coaching program are deeply, 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 deeply happy. That's why you see all the testimonials. I mean, think about it. The fact that people are willing to come on here and talk for several hours and show their face, or in Mark's case here, have me read out his shit and say his name. The fact that people are willing to do that so fucking often tells you that they're pretty fucking happy. So it's something I'm still working on. What I mean when I say I'm working on it is I'm working on having people be even more happy, even more satisfied. I'm constantly trying to think of ways that I can impact people's lives over a really, really, really long-term amount of time, even if I only have 3 months or 4 months to work with them. But yeah, this is a common thing. We have a lot of people that come to the coaching program and say, I was fucking disappointed by my last coach, or I went to a boot camp and I made tons of progress and then I fell off a cliff as soon as it was over, or I changed my life for like 2 months and then I just kind of slowly slipped back. Like, part of our mission is that no one slips back, or if they do slip back, because it happens sometimes, they can quickly pick themselves back up and they have everyone else to pick themselves back up as well. Like I said, people that come to the coaching get to stay in our members only community for the rest of their goddamn life. So if they do fall into a rut, they will post in the like accountability section. We have a little community in there. They'll post in there and they'll be like, I'm struggling, guys. I feel like I've slipped back for the last month. And people will be like, holy shit, okay, here's what to do. We love you. We're here for you. You know, like I said, there's even Ed and Cam and sometimes Taylor in that members only community giving people advice. Like, literally, you're still getting access to the coaches after you stop paying. Like, you stop, there's people in there that have been in there for several years, still getting fucking essentially free coaching from each other and from Cam sometimes and from Ed quite a bit. Ed's in there quite a lot. And so, holy shit, yeah, this is something that I understand and work on. And a lot of the time when someone comes to us and says, I paid for a coach before, or I paid for a program and I wasn't happy, my first question is like, okay, why? Let's figure out like why you weren't happy and let's solve those problems for you. And that's part of how part of how we have built out the coaching program is like, what disappointments have other people felt from different coaching programs? How can we like solve that problem? So like, I'm grateful that there are lots of coaching programs out there that people are maybe disappointed by, because it's really fucking helped me or us with our coaching program. So super grateful to all the maybe, I don't know, not so brilliant coaching programs. I'm trying to say that in a nice way, because yeah, there's a lot of guys out there, a lot of coaches out there that are trying really hard, and maybe they're just in the early stages. Like, my coaching fucking sucked at the start, I'll be honest. I was trying really hard, but for the first 2 years, like, yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. So there's lots of coaches out there like that. And there are some coaches out there, if we're honest, that are just sort of thinking about the money, and that's okay. You know, they can do what they want to do. But yeah, I'm grateful for the coaches that have helped me, because yeah, like I said, I sucked as a coach at the start. I think everyone does. That's why I say to give yourself permission to suck. So it goes on to say, I felt like I was moving backwards and I was out of ideas on what to do about it. I knew on some level that my fear and neediness were holding me back, but I didn't know how to let go of them, and it was driving me crazy. Yeah, I want to talk about this point a little bit. When Mark first came to the coaching, he was so unbelievably needy, and that's okay. That's how most people, or a lot of people, are. And he was holding back a lot with girls on dates. He would go on dates and he would do nothing to tell them that he was interested in them in any way. He wouldn't tell them, hey, you're pretty, by the way, or like, hey, can I kiss you? Or, yo, do you want to come back to my place? Or, hey, let's hold hands. Or, hey, come here, I want to fucking look into your eyes because you're fucking adorable. Like, he wouldn't do anything to make it clear that he was into them. And with some girls, he would go on like fucking 5 or 10 dates and just never make it clear that he liked them, because he was trying to play it safe. He was scared to make a move, and fair enough, a lot of people are. And so a lot of these girls, after like 5 dates, would just be like, hey, I'm not really feeling the chemistry. And then he'd get frustrated. He'd take it personally. He'd take a break. He'd be like, I can't do this dating thing. It's not working out. Why do no girls like me? And so he had a lot of emotionality, and that's okay. Most people do. Like he said, it was driving him fucking crazy. And he goes on to say, every time I thought I'd made progress in this area, I'd be right back to feeling like the world was ending the next time I got ghosted or sent a rejection text or flaked on. Yeah, he fucking fell apart. Like any time a girl was like, hey, I had fun, but I don't want to do this again, he would have like a complete fucking breakdown. And that's pretty normal. That's not just him. That's a very, very, very common thing in the first couple of weeks or months of being in the coaching program, is people will have breakdowns and will be like, holy shit, if you just didn't have this breakdown, do you think that your dating life would be easier? And they're like, yeah, it would be so much easier. I could just go outside and talk to the next woman. I wouldn't need to like pick myself up, reassure myself, feel like shit for a couple of weeks. Sometimes people even turn the dating apps off. They're like, I'm done with this. I can't do this. And they take a break for a month or 2 months or longer. And we say, if you just didn't do all of that like drama, do you think this process would be easier? If you could just literally immediately, like within a day, be talking to the next woman, do you think this would be easier? And they're like, yeah. Okay, then that's what we're going to focus on. Because a lot of the time people will come to the coaching thinking like, you're just going to get me laid, or you're going to get me to go talk to women or men. You're just going to get me a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It's like, no, 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 no. That shit's actually pretty easy. Like, it's pretty fucking easy to have sex. It's pretty fucking easy to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend. A lot of you might be listening and be like, no, it's not. If it was easy, then why wouldn't I be doing it? Because of all of this stuff, because of all the emotionality that you feel, because if someone says no to you, you have a mental breakdown. And again, that's okay. I was like that too. A lot of our coaching clients are. But without that whole drama and that whole like fucking game that we don't mean to play, but the game that we are playing of like having a breakdown, then taking a break, then like, why is it like this? Why, gods, have you cursed me with like bad dating fucking luck? Why, it's not fair. Like, without all of that shit, if a girl was just like, I don't want to be with you, and you're like, hey, that's cool, I really appreciate that. Is there any feedback you can give me? Because I'm on a mission to improve. And then she tells you something, and you're like, sweet, thanks, I really appreciate that. You have a beautiful life. Then you turn to the next woman. Hey, how's it going? Like, my name's Andy. You're really cute. I want to hit on you. Like, you're so pretty. Are you single? Like, you would just like immediately fucking move on. You would be like hitting on the next girl with like within 10 seconds. Or maybe, you know, for some of you, you take like half a day to get over it. You take a couple of hours to get over it. Fine. You know, you're a work in progress. But the quicker you can take action and talk to the next person, the easier this is. I've talked about this concept on the channel a lot. It's called time to action. And the shorter your time to action, the easier or the more progress you make and the easier that it is. In other words, you know, someone says no to you. If you can quickly take action again and go and talk to the next person, if you have a really short time to action, a really quick time to action, man, the dating process is so much easier. Same with applying to jobs. We get a lot of people in the coaching program that come to us to get a better job or to start a business or something like that. And they'll go to a job interview. The interviewer will just say, hey, appreciate you, but we're going to hire someone else. And then they'll have a fucking breakdown and they'll be like, I can't do this. Oh my God, like I'm never going to get hired. I'm not good enough, blah, 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 blah. I did a video on this a couple of days ago about a guy who was like going through the same sort of thing. If you can just immediately be like, cool, I appreciate that. Is there any feedback you guys or girls could give me so I can improve myself? I really appreciate your time, blah, blah, blah. They tell you something, you go, fucking dope. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you. I hope you guys find the great candidate that you're looking for. You guys were fun. This has been awesome. Peace out. I'm out. And then you go hit on. Then you go apply to the next job. You can hit on them at the job if you want to. A little flirting might work. Be careful though if you're in certain office environments. You just start flirting with them and they're like, all right, we're getting fucking HR in here. Or they might like it, who fucking knows. Anyway, you can just immediately start applying to the next job. Man, this shit's a lot easier. So yeah, a lot of people come to the program just like Mark here did, thinking like, oh yeah, they're just going to get me laid. And it's like, yes, like, obviously, I know that's the thing you care about. And in his case, he wanted to have a bit more sexual experience, but he also just wanted girls to stick around. I think he wants a girlfriend ultimately, which is what a lot of you want, obviously. And I have a girlfriend. So yeah, lots of us just want a nice girlfriend or a nice boyfriend. But you think that you're just coming to meet people. Like you think you're just coming to have sex or get a girlfriend or boyfriend. But most of the time, what people actually improve is what Mark's written here. It's all the mindset shit. It's like, as he goes on to say, up here at the top, he's made massive progress on letting go of his fear, shame, and neediness around dating while becoming more peaceful and loving. Yeah, like it's hard to recognize the power of a positive mindset when you don't have one. And so for a lot of you listening, I tell you all the time, about how much it would help if you started slowly, slowly, slowly letting go of that fear, that shame, that guilt, that neediness, that desperation for your goals, when you're so desperate to the point where like you literally become almost annoying to be to be around. Not annoying for me, but like annoying for the people that you're trying to date. You know, you become so fucking clingy and attached. If they just say, "Hey, I'm not free this week," and you're like, "No, like please, I need you." Like, "Why are you doing this?" "Fine, bitch. You know what? Fuck it. If you're not free this week, I don't have time for you." Like, you just become clingy and needy and annoying, and that's okay. I was like that. I was like that for years. Lots of the coaching clients are. It's not unique to any of you that are feeling it. Like, congratulations, you're in the same boat as the rest of us human beings. I'm still needy to this day, not with dating, but I'm sometimes needy with money. I'm sometimes needy with all of you. I've done videos on this. You can check out this video on my channel. It's just called "I've Been Needy with You Guys," my neediness with my audience. And there's timestamps. I literally talk about some of the things that I'm still needy with to this day, or things I'm letting go of, or have only just recently let go of. And so it's okay to be a little needy, especially when it comes to dating. Most people are. It just makes you human. And all we're doing is slowly working on being a little bit more independent, a little bit more stoic, a little bit more, as Mark says here, peaceful and loving. Think how much easier dating would be for any of you listening if you just didn't care if someone says no to you, or if you were fucking happy when someone said no to you, because you're like, beautiful. A no to me is a yes to you. You're saying yes to yourself and what you want. And if you don't want to be with me or you don't want to date me, I'm fucking glad that you had the balls to say no, or the fucking whatever the female equivalent of balls is, pussy lips. You had the clitoris. You had the big old clit. You had a big clit. It doesn't work, does it? You had the balls to say no to me. That's amazing. You didn't waste my time. I appreciate you. Thank you for saying no up front and not wasting my time. You've given me a gift. You have spared me and saved me from having my time wasted. You are a blessing. You fucking want to kiss her on the forehead and be like, "God fucking bless you, woman. Thank you for saying no to me. You've saved me time." If you can get to that point where you're grateful when people say no to you, or when they don't give you what you want, because it's a chance for you to let go. It's a chance for you to be more stoic. You know, David Hawkins says it best. Every loss is really a chance to let go. Grant Cardone, who's like an entrepreneur, says something similar. Every failure is an opportunity in disguise. So every rejection is an opportunity in disguise. It's a chance for you to let go and get over your ego. It's a chance for you to get over the fucking neediness. So if we can be grateful when people say no to us, holy shit, dating's way easier. And so that's a lot of what we work on with people, particularly those who are really attached and really needy and full of shame and guilt and pain and suffering and really struggling with their dating life. Sometimes we'll get people that come to the coaching group and they don't have a lot of neediness. They don't have a lot of fear or shame. They're just inexperienced. They literally don't know what to do. They just haven't done it before. Sometimes we get guys that come or girls that come, they just have no sexual experience. Like, you've literally never had sex. And so we just tell you what to do and you go out and do it and it's easy. But a lot of people come to the coaching group feeling the way that Mark is feeling, and or the way that Mark was feeling. And a lot of you listening feel that way too, where there's just all this like pain and suffering and emotionality around dating and around yourself and your view of yourself when it comes to dating. And so, yeah, for those sort of people, we like to work on helping you be more peaceful and loving. Because what is the point of sticking your penis in a vagina, or enveloping a penis with your vagina, depending on your gender and what you're into? What is the point of doing that if you're not fucking happy while you're doing it? If you're suffering, if you're needy, if you're fearful, if you're worried that, yeah, I fucked this person, but what if they don't see me again? What if it was a one-night stand? Like, what if I can't do this again? What if this was just a fluke? Like, you won't actually enjoy, appreciate, and be grateful for the sex anyway. So mindset is so fucking important. It's why I focus so much on this channel and in the coaching program. So it goes on to say, what I wanted from this program more than anything else was to feel like I finally had the tools I needed to build the dating life I want, and now I'm confident I do. Yeah, it's like that cute saying that I really like. Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. So that's sort of what we aim in the coaching program. We don't really tell you what to do. Like, we do, but most of it is like, teaching you how to think. So rather than telling you what to think, we teach you how to think. We teach you how to solve your own problems. We give you like a framework. And yeah, sometimes we'll just literally tell you, here's the steps to take. But it's the same sort of stuff I do on this channel. Like a lot of the time, some of you will ask me a question and be like, what do I text to this girl? And then I will literally turn it back on you and say, what do you want to text her? And then you'll think about it and you'll go, oh, okay, maybe I want to text her this. Beautiful, text her that. You've now just answered your own fucking question. The answer was inside you the whole time. And for all of you, the answers are inside you. Like I've done podcasts literally called that. The answers are already inside you. You just never thought to look there. You thought you had to ask Andy because Andy's supposedly the expert or the guru. Andy knows everything. No, you fucking have the answers. You just never thought to look there, or you thought your answers might be wrong, or you're nervous and you're just trying to get Daddy Andy to tell you what to do. But you can fucking start solving these problems yourself, all of you. And that's essentially what the coaching is. It's like, yo, hey, here's a giant mirror. I'm going to hold it up to you. What do you want to say to this girl? What do you think the right answer might be? What would you like to do? And so that's a question that I ask coaching clients all the time. I'm like, what do you want to do? What would you like to do? I say that to you guys and girls all the time as well. So yeah. Before, I was trying to build a house on a shaky foundation. Yeah, he absolutely fucking was. And until I fixed that foundation, whatever progress I made would be tenuous. Yes, and he wasn't even able to celebrate and appreciate the progress, which happens with a lot of coaching clients. A lot of people come to the group and like, you're making progress. A lot of you listening right now are making so much progress. You just don't know how to fucking give yourself credit for it. And so you're like, I suck at dating. I suck at self-love. I suck at losing weight. And it's like, stop, hit the pause button. Are you ahead of where you were a year ago? And you're like, yes, in every metric that I could ever possibly measure, but it's not enough. And it's like, fucking hell, man. How about we celebrate the progress you've already made, and that will make you feel good, and that will motivate you to make more progress. But when you sit there and say, yeah, I've made progress, but it doesn't count, then you feel like shit. You don't want to go take more action because you're like, what's the point? Nothing I do is ever good enough. So being able to celebrate your own victories, and we obviously help with that, but being able to give yourself credit for the achievements that you've done is so fucking mandatory when it comes to self-improvement. So many of you, like I said, just don't have practice with giving yourself credit, and it helps so much. It's why I talk a lot about giving yourself credit, gratitude, appreciating what you have, living in the now, all of that kind of stuff. There's no point going out and having sex with a bunch of women or a bunch of guys or making money if you don't fucking appreciate it or think that it counts. Like so many of you right now are winning, and then you're like, it doesn't count. And it's like, well, fucking hell, how are you ever going to feel like a winner if you, every time you have a victory, you say it doesn't count? It's like you scored a goal and everyone else is like, goal, you scored a goal. And you're like, doesn't count. And they're like, what do you mean it doesn't count? You kicked it through there. And you're like, yeah, but I didn't kick it hard enough. And I should have done it quicker. And also like, I don't feel like it counts. So therefore I'm going to use my own feelings, my own negative feelings as evidence that it doesn't count. And everyone else is like, you are literally being irrational and insane right now. And you're like, no, I'm not. It doesn't count. And then you walk away going, I'm so shit at this sport. Why do I suck so bad? I can never score a goal. And everyone's like, you scored 5 goals this game. What are you talking about? You're like, no, none of them counted. I can give you reasons why each one doesn't count. That's what a lot of you are doing. You're out there winning, but saying I'm losing. And so that's why gratitude and appreciation and celebrating your wins, even your tiny little baby steps, is so fucking useful and mandatory. I'll just say it's mandatory. So it goes on to say, 4 months later, that foundation is much stronger, and I know what to do to continue strengthening that foundation and building on top of it. Beautiful. Yeah, he's so much more peaceful. It might not fully come across. I know it can't come across as much in his written words rather than seeing him talk about all of this. But if you guys knew him the way that I and the other coaches do, because like I said, we worked with him for 4 months, he's fundamentally changed as a human being. When he came, he was angry. He was sad all the time. He was like butthurt and heartbroken, like just every fucking day, basically. And he'd write these big long posts pouring out his heart and soul and being like, I'm never going to make it. I just feel like nothing I do is good enough. Like he was just really fucking sad and full of like heartbreak. Every time a woman would say no to him, his heart would be broken. By the end of the coaching, he was just this stoic fucking beast. This, we joke about like alpha male. Like he was just a fucking little alpha male. Like he was just fucking crushing it at the end. He's just like, hey, this woman said no to me and I felt sad for a couple of hours, and then I did this technique and I did this and this and this, and then I felt better, and I just wanted to celebrate this win and share all of this with all of you. 4 months ago I would have been fucking crying over this, literally. Now I'm happy and I'm grateful for her. You know what? I'm so blessed that she said no to me because she saved me time. I appreciate her. And it's like, holy shit, dude. Like, literally 3 or 4 months ago, you were fucking crying over this shit. Now you're saying you're grateful for it. That's not a small thing. That's a huge fucking deal. Now, for the rest of his life, every woman that he ever hits on that says no to him, he can be like, sweet, beautiful, I love you, thank you. And then he goes and talks to the next woman. He can now get back on the horse within a matter of seconds or minutes, or maybe worst case scenario, a couple of hours later. Maybe the absolute worst scenario, if he's in a really bad mood, the next day he goes and talks to more women. That is so fucking helpful. He will now talk to like 10 times more women. He'll have 10 times more fun while doing it, and he'll appreciate everything 10 times more. And he won't be walking around tiptoeing around terrified of possible rejection. What if she says no to me? Because now he's like, cool, if she says no to me, she saves me time. She gives me a chance to practice my stoicism even more and become more resilient. Every no makes me stronger. So I want her to say no to me. She'll make me stronger. Thank you for saying no. Like, again, if you can get to the point where that, thank you for saying no, I appreciate you. You'll blow people's minds, by the way. If you start saying to people, I'm really grateful for you saying no to me. I love that you know what you want. People will just be like, wait, what? Aren't you angry that I said no? Don't you feel hurt that I said no? I've literally had this conversation with women. Like, when we were about to sleep with them, and I asked them, do you want to do this thing? Do you want me to stick the PP in your PP? Do you want to do this thing, smash bits together? And they hesitate and they're like, is it okay if we do it next time? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, sweet. I've literally had women be like, aren't you mad? And I'm like, why would I be mad? And they're like, because, like, don't you want to have sex with me? I'm like, yeah, you're fucking hot. Of course I do. But I'm not mad. I want you to do what you want. In fact, I think it's fucking brave of you to say no when you're worried that I might be mad, worried that I might be hurt, worried that you might look like a bitch or something if you say no to me. I'm fucking grateful that you're this brave. Wow, you're so courageous. I've had so many women's minds be just like fucking blown, and they're like, really? You're not even slightly mad? I'm like, why would I be mad? I want you to have boundaries. Why would I want you to fuck me when you don't want to fuck me? Why would I want to participate in someone doing something they don't want to do? Why would I want to participate in someone potentially hurting themselves? What the fuck? Why would I want to be at the center of that? Like, I don't want you to hurt yourself on me. I don't want you to come up to me and fuck me and then you're not having a good time. No, I don't want that. I've had so many people that's minds are blown by that. Same with the coaching. So many times I'll say to someone, all right, so is the coaching something that you want? And they're like, I don't know, man. And I'm like, well, if it's a no, you can just say no, bro. If it's a maybe, we can talk about it. Like, what do you want to do? And they're like, I think no, man. I'm really sorry. Like, I know, I wasted your time. And I'm like, whoa. Pause. You have not wasted my time. I want you to do what you want to do. And this has been a beautiful opportunity for you to practice saying no. You now got to say no to me when you feel guilty about it. You feel guilty, right? And they're like, yeah, that's why I'm saying sorry. I feel guilty. Okay. How fucking brave are you being right now? Let's both clap and celebrate how fucking courageous you're being right now. I've had so many guys that are just like, wow, really? Like, you're not mad at me? You're not annoyed? You're not going to talk me into it or something? You're not going to like try and guilt trip me? It's like, no, bro, like you've done what you want. That's fucking beautiful. I used to struggle. I still do sometimes. I used to really struggle to do what I wanted. You're being fucking brave right now. You're literally helping me be more certain of what I want, because your bravery right now is literally helping me be more brave next time I'm scared to hurt someone's feelings, or I'm scared to say what I want to say and be brave and have boundaries and integrity. So thank you for that. So yeah, you'll blow people's fucking minds if you can appreciate rejection and not even see it as a rejection. Rejection is such a innocent, sweet, childlike phrasing of it. Like, I got rejected. No, the person just wanted something else. They didn't reject you. They just wanted something else. Anyway, I've talked about rejection to death in a bunch of videos, but yeah, he's changed a lot and he doesn't even see it as rejection anymore. He's like, oh, it's a chance for me to practice my resilience, which is beautiful. All right, number 2 big success that he had in the coaching program. I grew my business and I had my best 3-month stretch to date. The peace and acceptance I worked on in my dating life has had a positive impact here too. I feel less anxious about the uncertainty that comes with building a business than I did 4 months ago, and more confident that I can make this work long term. Yeah, this happens a lot. You improve your mindset, you improve everything. I literally did a video about this. This video right here, you can find it by just searching for the word game, or I guess looks maxing. And I talked about in a game as in mindset versus like just improving your looks, which one matters. And obviously both are really helpful. That's what I said in the video, but your mindset helps infinitely more because when you improve your mindset, your entire life changes. Literally the whole universe changes when you change your mindset. It feels like the entire world is changing around you. And so if you work on your mindset in dating, it will absolutely improve your mindset in business and vice versa. So yeah, a lot of the time this will happen. Someone will come to the coaching program with one goal in mind and they'll make a ton of progress in that. And then they'll almost accidentally, or it will seem like it's an accident, make a bunch of progress in like every other metric of their life. And obviously a big part of that is us encouraging people to, they'll come to the group, they'll be like, I just want to have sex. And we're like, great, brilliant, good. What else? And they're like, oh, you mean I can have other goals as well? I thought just sex would be enough. And it's like, no. What else do you want to work on? And they're like, oh, my business. And, I wouldn't mind making more friends. And I guess I have a bit of a strained relationship with my family. I'd like to improve that too. And then, we push them with all those things or help them with all those things. But yeah, this is really common that someone will come to the group and work on multiple goals without intending to. It just happens. I've joked about this, or I've talked about this with Cam a lot. It feels like fucking 30% of the people that come to the coaching group end up getting a new job or moving. It probably is like 30% because they come to the group, they're super inspired, they take a ton of action, they're like, fuck it, man, maybe I can do other impossible things. You know what? I've always wanted to move to a different country, but surely I couldn't do that. Surely that would be like, that would take years to like get all my shit together and move and get visas and travel papers and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, no, man, fuck it. Like, let's write down everything that you would need to do to make it happen. And let's see if it's possible. And it's always possible, or most of the time. Same with getting a job. They're like, but surely that would take months and months and months. It's like, not really. Just start working on your resume right now. Post your resume in the group and we'll give you feedback. And then we start working on that. All right, start Googling, go on LinkedIn, start networking, reach out to some recruiters, find some decent job opportunities. You don't have to apply for them yet because you're scared and nervous and blah, blah, blah. And I know dating is your main goal. So, you don't have to take any time away from that, but just start Googling a little bit. And then before we know it, they're like, holy shit, guys, I think I'm going to start going to some interviews. And then a month later, they're like, oh shit, I got a new job. So these things just happen. I think because you're in a group of other people that are not just taking action, but they believe in you and they tell you that your goals are pretty fucking easy and pretty fucking doable. And I think then you start to get a bit of confidence. You start to go, holy shit, maybe I can reach for the stars. Maybe I don't have to just work on my sex life. Maybe I can do everything or as many things as I want to do. So he goes on to say, I made more money during my 4 months in the program than I did in the 6 months prior. And I've been too busy to feel comfortable trying to add more clients since around mid-September, the longest such stretch I've had since I started my business around 10 months ago. So brilliant. So he's still in this sort of early stages, first year, I guess, of business. And he made this progress in his business while dating and mindset was his number one priority. So business was not even his main fucking priority. It was kind of just a background goal. And again, this happens a lot as you change your mindset, as you become more positive and happy and all of that, and just loving towards yourself and other people. You're just a better fucking businessman or a businesswoman. Of course you are. You'll deal with your customers better, or your clients, or whoever you're dealing with. You'll deal with your own staff if you have any, or employees. You will just be a nicer boss. You'll be nicer to yourself. You won't take a no as personally. If someone doesn't want to work with you, you won't get fucking butthurt and try and convince them or manipulate them or any of that shit. You'll just be like, hey, cool, beautiful. And because you handle it so well, and you're like, that's beautiful, man, I hope you have a beautiful life. Some of those people will end up coming back. Like, I've had this in my coaching program so often. I'll sit down with someone, say, do you want the coaching? They'll be like, no, thank you. I'll be like, hey, that's beautiful, man. Here's some advice for you. Like, here's some parting shots, some parting wisdom for you to go away with. Go do this, go do this, go do this. Nothing but love for you, my brother. I hope you build a beautiful life. And then they'll come back like 6 months later and they'll be like, you were so fucking nice to me when I said no, and you didn't push me, you didn't manipulate me. If you had tried, I wouldn't be coming back. Like, I'd be like, fuck this Andy guy. But because you were so nice and you respected me and my decision, I think I want that. I don't have anyone like that in my life. Everyone's trying to manipulate me and push me and make me do shit. I think I want someone that'll just let me make my own decisions. I think I want someone that'll love me. So fuck it, man. I'm coming to your coaching program. So yeah, you literally just make a better businessman. You make a better friend. You make a better human being. You're just nicer when you work on your mindset. And this happens a lot that someone will come to the program, work on one goal, and every other area of their life will improve. And the third big win he had is he significantly cut back on his social media use and got better at going to sleep earlier. Yeah, this was something he worked on a lot in the group. He was very good at keeping himself accountable. He posted every day about it. And we do this a lot. Like a lot of people come to the program and they'll go, man, I doom scroll so much. Like, let's all be honest, social media apps at this point are basically fucking heroin. Like, they've intentionally tried as hard as they can to be as close to heroin as they can. Like, literally, that is their stated goal. Like, they don't say it as heroin, but like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, like especially YouTube Shorts, like literally every one of these platforms, Facebook, etc., Twitter, they literally say our goal is to have you on the platform for as long as possible. Does that sound like a productive use of your time? Probably not, unless you're like literally a social media manager or some shit, or you're putting out content. Even then, it's not a productive use of your time to be on there for as much as they want you to be on there. So social media apps literally are trying to get you addicted, and they straight up say it. Like, they don't even hide it. They're just like, straight up, the purpose of this app is to have you watching or reading or tweeting or viewing as long as you possibly can. It's like, that doesn't sound like we're making a productive society, guys. That just sounds like we're having a whole bunch of people trying to plug themselves into the matrix. Like, what are we doing? And so obviously they're trying to make money. And so a lot of people come to the program and they're like, holy shit, I think this heroin shit is maybe not that good for me. I want to use it a little bit. I want it to be a tool that I use rather than something that uses me. And we help put things in place. There's a bunch of like apps that you can use to block stuff. I've talked about this a lot in videos. You can just Google block site or stay focused or any sort of thing like that. For YouTube, I use one called Unhook, which blocks all the addictive parts of YouTube, all the algorithms, all the fucking news feed, like the home feed, so everything, like shorts, all of that's blocked. For different social media apps, I use another one called News Feed Eradicator. There's a bunch of different apps. Just Google it. And so we hook people up with those. And then he says, getting better at going to sleep earlier. For a lot of people, that's just setting the intention to go to bed on time. You're just like, I will go to bed on time. And then you just fucking do it. And for him in particular, and for a lot of you, it's just don't doom scroll at night and you'll probably go to sleep earlier. And there's lots of other stuff as well. But he did a really good job with this. So he posted every day, which is what we do with people that want to work on sleep or social media use or like some sort of accountability or like no fap or not looking at porn or something like that. We say just post every day. Just post about it. Post in the morning an intention. And this is what Mark here did. You post an intention. So you make a post in our coaching group and you say, today I will, look at social media for 15 minutes max. And I'll go to bed at 10 p.m. So you post your intention. Declaring an intention is so fucking powerful, guys and girls. When you literally say something, especially if you say it to other people, holy shit, you make it like 10,000 times more likely to come true. So you post that intention. And then at the end of the day or the next day, you say, yeah, yesterday I looked at social media. I said I was going to only do 15 minutes. I ended up doing 25 minutes or an hour or whatever. And I said I was going to go to bed at 10 p.m. I went to bed at about 10:15 p.m. And then we jump in and we go, good fucking job, man. So bedtime, you were within 15 minutes. Bro, that's amazing. That's so cool. Next time, let's try and get it within like 14 minutes. Like we're just trying to improve a little bit. You said you were only going to do social media for 15 minutes. You did an hour. Do we want to install some like blockers or something? Like what can we do to make it a little easier on you? And maybe tomorrow we aim for like 30 minutes and then we cut that down slowly over time. So yeah, stating the intention and then saying, how well you did or where there's some room for improvement. That's so fucking helpful. Again, if any of you want that, just fucking come to the coaching program. But if you don't want the coaching, find some sort of accountability where like a group or a Discord or a forum or a Facebook, like something where you can post your intention in the morning, like what you're going to work on. And then the next day or that evening, whether or not you did it. And then ask for improvements, ask for people to help you. And you don't have to beat yourself up if you don't succeed at the intention that you set. Like, that's fine. But yeah, having other people that care about you helps a lot. So he says, I'd wanted to cut back on my social media use for a while before joining the program. I'd made more progress on it than I had at any point before. Yeah, so as in he made more progress while in the coaching than he ever had at any point before. Yeah, because he had a bunch of people that gave a shit about him. I say this all the time, guys. So many of you have like no one, or it seems like there's no one in your life that gives a shit about you. And if that's the case, I give a shit about you, and everyone in the comments gives a shit about you. I promise there are some people that care about you. We care about you, but it feels like no one cares about you. It's so much easier to work on your goals when someone gives a shit about you. Like, it's so much fucking easier. So many of you are playing on nightmare mode. That's why I offer the coaching. It's like, yo, just come to the coaching group and you'll have a bunch of people that care about you, love you, push you, support you, pick you up when you're sad. Like, literally, it's playing on easy mode. If there's ever going to be a sales pitch for the coaching program, is that. It's like, stop playing on nightmare mode and come and play on fucking easy mode for once. It's almost like hands-off mode. It's like you're still taking action. I make that pretty clear. It's got to be you. But like, man, you make it 10,000 times easier. It's almost like, holy shit, these guys and girls are just pushing me to greatness. I don't really have to do a lot. Like, they're helping me so much. So yeah, stop playing on nightmare mode. So it goes on to say, I went from scrolling X. Can we just all call it Twitter? Let's all boycott X. Let's boycott the name X and call it Twitter. Or we'll call it X, formerly Twitter. I went from scrolling X, formerly Twitter, at least once a day to doing so around once a week, and from scrolling through Instagram once or twice a week to around once a month. I also got a little better about going to sleep earlier. Yeah, and progress, not perfection on that front. For a lot of you that want to work on your sleep or social media, cutting back on it, or porn or something, you don't have to be perfect. Like I say to people all the time, let's just get you a little bit better each week. And so let's get you looking at social media a little bit less each day, or get you going to sleep 2 minutes earlier than you did the night before every day this week. And we'll just keep doing that until before you know it, you've hit your target within like a month or maybe 2 months. He went above and beyond that though. Like he's saying, I was fucking scrolling X, formerly Twitter, at least once a day. And I was going through Instagram like a couple of times a week to basically barely fucking doing it at all. And that was what we talked about in the coaching. He would have some days where he would doom scroll a bit and he'd be like, I doom scrolled. And we were like, bro, you're doom scrolling like once every fucking week or two now. Like, bro, you're fine. You're doing a good job, man. And he was like, yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, he made a lot of progress in that area for sure. Beyond the wins I had during the program, I'm confident that what I learned will have a massive positive impact on my life going forward. I believe I'm going to enjoy life more, overcome challenges faster and with less resistance. Yeah, absolutely. And achieve more of my goals and do so more easily in the future. Absolutely. The last 4 months were a great starting point, but I know the benefits will only continue to grow and compound. So what he just said there at the end is what we're aiming for with every coaching client is like, can they leave the coaching with a feeling of like, here we go, baby, this was just the fucking beginning? We say that to people all the time. There's a guy that I'm going to sit down with and do an interview with, in the next couple of weeks or the next month or so. And when he finished, he was sad. He was like really sad. He's like, I'm going to miss all of you guys. And I was like, this isn't the end of your coaching. This is like literally just the beginning of the next chapter. Plus, you get to talk to all of us in the members only Discord anyway. So it's not like you never get to talk to any of us ever again. And what we often encourage people at the end of the coaching to do is like, why don't you just add everyone on Facebook, grab their phone numbers, fucking hook up with them, go meet up with them. We have so many people from the coaching that meet up with each other. We have people that are currently literally living together. That this is a common thing, that people will start living together. They'll move across the country or move to a different country and be like, holy shit, the friends that I made in this coaching program, these are going to be my brothers and sisters for life. Like, I'm meeting these people. I'm going to their fucking wedding. I'm going to bloody well be there at their funeral. Like, these are amazing people. I want to stay in touch with them. So anyway, the point I'm making is sometimes people are sad when they leave the coaching. And I'm like, this is only the beginning. And you see what I was talking about before, about how my coaching program in the early couple of years and a lot of other coaching programs, people leave it and then there's like no guarantee that they're going to keep taking action. But what we aim for here, obviously, is like you leave the program and the benefits will only continue to grow. We've taught you how to think, not what to think. I try and do the same shit with this channel. Like, that is kind of my mission with this channel in general, is not to just tell you what to do. Again, so many of you come here and you're like, Andy, what do I say to this girl? What do I do? Like, tell me what to do. No, how will that help you? then you just need to ask me for the next thing. And you have to constantly keep asking me for stuff. And that might be good for my retention, definitely good for my ego, very good for my bank account. It would help my wallet a lot if I made you need me. That would be the most best business strategy that I could ever do. But I don't want to do that. I don't want you to need me. My mission with the coaching, and definitely my mission with this channel, is to get each and every one of you to a point where you don't need me. Where you're like, I don't need that Andy guy. He taught me what to think. I roughly know what to do. I'm good. I trust myself now. He gave me the tools to learn to trust myself and trust in my own abilities. Yeah, I don't need this bold, beautiful Andy prick. I'm fine. I can do this shit on my own. That's the mission. That's the goal. So I love that he ended with that. And obviously, I have nothing but love and gratitude for this guy. I really appreciate, his name's Mark. And like I said, he's comfortable me saying his name. I have nothing but love and appreciation for you, Mark. You have been such a fucking joy to work with, my friend. You were one of the easiest clients to work with because you were so open, you were so upfront, you would pour your heart and soul out into every post, and you would just write so much that we could then really work with you and help you with all of that and improve your mindsets. You were incredibly courageous and brave. You ran towards your fears even when you had like a little mini breakdown and you had those moments of sadness and fear and doubt and insecurity and blah, blah, blah. You were so good at keeping yourself accountable. You were so good at helping other guys and girls in the coaching program, which I really appreciate. I'm always really appreciative when someone gives a lot of love to the other people in there. I really fucking loved working with you, Mark. You were such a goddamn joy, man. I really appreciate you a lot. Nothing but love for you, brother. All right. And any of you that want the same thing, you want to go on the hero's journey that Mark went down, you know what to do. The coaching is below. We would love to work with you. We would love to be there for you. We would love to keep you accountable, help you have those wins. And like I said, work on that mindset shit. Like that's most of the reason that people come. You think you're coming to make money or get laid or whatever. Nah, it's usually the mindset that improves the most. And so we'll work with you on that. Yes, we will get you laid if you want to do that. Yes, we will make you money if you want to do that. But that shit's like easy stuff. We'll work on the actual deep stuff. We'll get to the root of some of your, I won't say issues because then that makes it sound like a big deal, but whatever, we'll call it issues. We'll get to the root of your issues and actually solve that shit instead of just the symptoms. So if that appeals to you, there's links in the description below to the coaching. We have payment plans, so you don't have to stress about like, I don't have all the money. It's like, that's why we have payment plans. I will jump on a free call with you and talk through any fears you might have, any concerns you might have. I'll do that in a very non-pressuring way. We'll just talk, see what you want to do. And if at the end of that you say yes, fucking beautiful. We will change your life. If at the end of that you say no, fucking beautiful. I'll give you some parting wisdom. You'll go on and you will have a beautiful life. Again, if all of that appeals to you, links down below. Would love to see you in there. You're all doing a fucking fantastic job. I have nothing but love for all of you, and big shout out to Mark again. I appreciate him being okay with me reading all that out and using his name. Incredibly brave. What a wonderful human being. Just like all the rest of you.